Hello everyone, what's up? My name is Kyoshiraka and welcome back to Katawa Shoujo. In the last part, we met up with Emmy, we met up with Emmy to run on the track for the first time, and knowing that Hisao is not in the greatest shape, and that kind of proved it. Then we ended up talking to Kenji in the bathroom for about 10-15 minutes. And he kept mentioning the fucking feminist conspiracy shit. And I still can't believe the fucking crotch leaf, really? God damn it. Anyways, we're just gonna move on for that, and let's continue Katawa Shoujo, shall we? I'm gonna try to do a longer recording session tonight, but who knows. Well, the first two episodes, by the time this has been recorded, have been rendered already. Just thought to let you know how I do my rendering, and I'm probably gonna render the third one when I'm sleeping. I'm gonna have to run the third one rendering while I'm sleeping. Anyways, let's continue, shall we? That is time I will never get back. I will never get back. I'll get him for this somehow. Should be clicked up in the window, goddammit. But right now, I have to get to class. I'm the first person in class today, although I think I'm a little too early. Then again, sitting alone here for 20 minutes sure beats having to separate the time with Kenji. The combination of fatigue, frustration, and boredom starts making me feel very tired. I black out for a second, waking up when my head hits the surface of my desk. Rubbing my forehead, I realize this is as good a reason as any to stay up for now, and stop coming to class so early later. Eventually, I hear a tapping noise outside the hallway, and Lily's tall figure appears in the doorway. She's not in this class, so she must have some other business. Maybe she's looking for Hanako. Lily stops at the door, looking hesitant, as if she was a vampire who couldn't come in unless invited. I considered doing so because she looks rather lonesome standing there. She steps in on her own accord, though, after straightening her skirt and short collar as if it was of importance to look prim when entering our classroom. Excuse me, she calls into the quiet classroom with a probing, delicate voice. I realize the silence might unnerve her because of her blindness, so I break it. Good morning, Lily. Hisao? Good morning. I didn't hear you come in. I wonder if she thinks it's suspicious I didn't say anything before her. It's likely. If I were to tell too big a lie now, it would sink me. Well, I was already here, just asleep until now. Oh, have you seen Hanako today, by any chance? No, she seems to come in only just before the bell ring. The bells ring. Or after that. Do you want me to tell her something for you? No, it's fine. It's strange, but I think we're the only two people in the school right now. I didn't hear anyone else on my way here. I shouldn't have gotten up so early today, I guess. You're chastising yourself for doing something that other people should. Punctuality is a good thing. I think so, anyway. It's a very busy morning today. The festival is coming up soon, and today is the deadline for event registration, budget reports, and any other official paperwork. It could be that everyone is trying to complete the necessary forms at the last minute. Maybe that's why it's so quiet today. Hi! Oh god, that was way too loud. I'm trying not to wake up my fucking parents. She kind of flipped the shit early when I was playing Monster Hunter with my friend because I was being too loud. Whatever. Misha pops into the room with Shizune as if on cue, shouting with a loudness that makes Lily visibly flinch. Hi, Hitan! Hi. Look, it's the class representative! Hello! Lily smiles, partly amused by Misha's, or Shizune's, use the word look. Good morning. Of course, you're not the representative of this class, right? I'm not. Lily seems a little more guarded in her answers to Shizune than she was with me the other day. I guess they really don't get along at all. Then I realized that Lily might not actually know Shizune is present, and she's trying to detect whether or not she is, to know who she's talking to. For all she knows, she's talking to Misha, But knowing that she and Misa... But knowing that she and Shizune are practically inseparable, she might expect Shizune to be the one that actually talks. Damn, how complicated. I decided to help Lilly out, for my own peace of mind more than anything else. You're here early, Shizune.
You were here even earlier than us!
Misa puffs out her cheeks angrily. Why is she getting angry? Does she feel emotions on Shizune's behalf too? It's not that weird though. It's not that weird, though, that Shizune didn't the fuck? Sorry, I'm reading that weird. It's not that weird, though, that Shizune didn't like my little comment. It's true, I was here earlier than them, so me saying something like that could definitely be misinterpreted as anything. Especially to Shizune, who doesn't have the benefit of hearing tone to gauge intent. Before I can start weighing whether or not I should apologize, Shizune has already moved on.
Class rep, it's a good thing you're here. We have to talk. The festival is coming up in 3 days, right? Every other class has already handed in their projected budget reports for their events, even the first years, except you.
There's still time to hand it in, isn't there?
Today! The deadline is today! You're certainly taking your time, aren't you? If I had it my way, I would have had all the necessary paperwork days ago, but someone had to say, the deadline, please extend it.
Yes, that was me. Planning on setting on this scale was not a small task, and a week is too small a time frame to expect the whole class to work out such a complex issue completely. Oh god, I started running out of breath. Almost scoffed there, sorry. Hold on. Yeah, thank you, mic switch. Anyways.
Do you want to know what's harder than distributing the funds for one class's event? Handling the same matter for every class in the school and then some. The one who does that is me.
Misha puts her hands on her hips and stands up straight. Wow, she's really getting into the role. Lily doesn't look like she's very amused, though. Hey, Shizune, aren't you being a little too hard on her? There's still a whole day left.
Please, Hisao, it's alright.
Lily seems happy I'm taking her side, but a bit conflicted that I might not think she can take care of herself.
If this is about the budget, then I'm disappointed that you...
Goddammit.
Then I'm disappointed that you think I have forgotten about it. I understand how important it is. Then, can I have it, please?
Shizune, she might not have it on her at this exact second.
It's not here right now. I asked 2 students to take care of it for me. Students from my class.
She emphasizes the last sentence, much to my surprise. She knows about Shizune and Misha's efforts to rope me. She knows about Shizune and Misha's efforts to rope me to the student council? I guess word must have gotten around. She's now using me as ammo against Shizune. This just gets better and better.
It was your responsibility. A budget report isn't something you should just be delegating away. As class rep, it's your job to be on top of things. This kind of disregard for proper procedure is really just terrible.
They completed it, being capable of doing so, but the students have been sick recently, so they cannot come to school and give it back to me on my behalf. If you want, I will apologize on their behalf for getting sick.
Okay.
Although Misha misses Lily's little jab entirely, Shizune doesn't, and she seems torn between being offended at Lily's daring and jumping for joy at the prospect of a challenge.
Lily, don't they live here at the school? It's a 5-minute walk, you know. What could they possibly have that prevents them from taking 5 minutes out of their busy lives to drop off something that will affect the enjoyment of their entire class?
Jesus Christ. Yeah, 5-minute walk for someone that can fucking see. They are getting the thing there. They aren't getting it. Lily opens her mouth to say something, but Shizune closes the gap between them and starts signing furiously, waving her hands around like an orchestra conductor. Misa tries her best to convey the same passion, but can't seem to lose her normal cheerful tone. The result is interesting and somewhat surreal.
And what's with that attitude? I said it's not something you should be delegating away. Are you the class rep or aren't you? Tell me the names of those 2 students. They should have your job if you can't even handle something this simple yourself. One form isn't the extent of what I'm supposed to take care of.
Lily's tone is growing slightly impatient, but she's doing a good job of not letting Shizune see how unsettled she's becoming. She's putting her cards close to her chest. Shizune, on the other hand, rubs her fingers cheerfully along the edge of her glasses, knowing Lily can neither hear nor see how excited she is.
Of course, you do so much, class rep. It must be so difficult being you.
Lily tightens her lips at Misha's words, clearly understanding the intent behind them, even though Misha delivers them without a hint of sarcasm which they were meant to have. Shizune and Lily don't like each other. That much is clear. But this seems a little much. It seems like Lily has had enough and is ready to push back. Oh, Jesus Christ. It glitched out. Oh, God. It fucking popped in my ear. Ah ha ha. Fuck. Christ almighty.
I was actually just discussing the budget report before you came by. You must be very talented to have finished all your student council duties so quickly that you can track me down and make sure I don't forget my own. Are you accusing me of slacking off? It seems you're confusing me with yourself. I don't think so. That would be a very difficult thing for me to do, comparing myself to you. You're right. The difference between us is like heaven and hell. Yet it's not hard to guess which one you might represent.
The air between them ripples with the heat of their enmity. Well, not really. They can't disguise it anymore, though. Even Misha looks like she's beginning to understand the real nature of this conversation.
Hitan, don't you slack off either!
What are you talking about?
Aren't you taking part in the festival, Hitan? You are, aren't you? Then, I hope you're going to do a lot more to make sure it goes smoothly than this person.
I don't understand why Shizune is suddenly getting mad at me. Come on, you know what the fuck I'm gonna pick for this. But I'm going to drop a save here for later. I should not be tapping on anything. Fuck. And save 8. I'm gonna have to remember these saves too. Good God Almighty, that's gonna be the hard part. Hey, come on, cut me and Lily some slack. Hey, I'm the new guy, remember? It's not like I could have done much, even if I wanted.
That's right. You shouldn't expect the transfer student to jump right into it on his first week.
Lily taking my side feels oddly comforting, so I decided to back her up, too. Yeah, you're being unreasonable with us both.
Excuses, excuses. Miss Class Rep has had plenty of time to deal with her report. And we repeatedly offered you a position to help with the student council work, but you refused to commit yourself to making the festival a success.
Yeah, but I said back then, I'm not sure if... I don't have the time for this right now. No matter what I do, it will mean being drawn into a confrontation with Shizune, and that is what she wants. Whatever, forget it. I turned my back at them. Lily, class is going to be starting soon, so we can talk more later. I'll tell Hanako you were looking for her. I can feel Shizune freezing. Maybe this is the first time she has ever been ignored in such a blunt manner.
Thank you, Hisao. I will leave now, then.
She gives me the sweetest smile I've seen all week, and turns on her heels to make her exit. As soon as Lily walks out the door, I suddenly start feeling reluctant about turning to face Shizune. I can feel her eyes burning into my back, and I can't bring myself to look at her. She must be furious. I keep expecting Misha to say something to alleviate the tension, but it really is wanting too much. In the end, I go back to my seat and listen to the sound of Shizune's footsteps as she marches. Shizune's footsteps. She marches out of the room. She doesn't return until a few minutes before class. Hanako doesn't come to the morning class at all, leaving her seat looking empty and lonely in the back of the classroom. God damn, holy shit. Well, come on, what the fuck do you think I was gonna do? Just go, hey, fuck you both. Hey, fuck all of you. It's basically the other response. That's what the other response was. Fuck all of you. I just got here. Anyways, moving on. I had to tell her that Lily was looking for her if I see her later. After the event of this morning, class is pretty boring in comparison. I turned the pages of my textbook lazily. I have a bit of catching up to do, despite trying to keep up with my studies at the hospital, but I'm not feeling that enthusiastic about it. The clock at the front of the room sounds unbearably loud. The teacher hasn't said anything in over 7 minutes, instead opting to cover the board in rows and rows of equations taken directly from the book. Oh my god, I know how that feels, with the clock being so loud at times. It's just like, the class is just completely silent working on suddenly. Only thing you hear is just... It's so annoying! Like, whenever I'm not in a computer classroom, mind you. Because you cannot fucking hear a clock in the computer classrooms, because the most you hear is like the whirring of the computers. Which, hey, I'm not gonna oppose to. I'm actually fine with that. God damn it. Just moving around again. The rhythmic clash. The fuck? Oh, sorry, that's weird for me. God damn it. The rhythmic clashing of chalk on the blackboard, seems to synchronize perfectly with the ticking of the clock. I start to copy down the equations just to pass the time, even though they were right there in the textbook. When the bell rings, I'm not in a hurry because I have nothing to do, so I stay for a while, reviewing what we covered in class today. I prefer to leave last anyway, so I don't have to deal with the crowding in the hallways. I noticed Shizune and Misha have also stayed behind, talking to someone from another class. Shizune is signing so fast that her hands make noises like swords cutting through the air. Maybe there is pent-up anger in there. Misha's trying desperately to keep up, but it's clear she can barely manage to even understand her. I put my head down. Whatever they're discussing, it looks like serious business. Shizune signs to the point where her wrists crackle, and Misha struggles to spit it out in word form. Sometimes she trips over herself like she's dealing with tongue twisters. And then on top of that, she has to sign back anything the other girl says. Seems like a rough job. Misha looks tired, like she's about to faint. Luckily for her, their business is soon finished and the girls sit down on their seats again.
I'm so tired.
Oh god, my voice cracked! Jesus! Ugh. She's hanging her head limply on her desk, looking exhausted. I'll use the opportunity to reconcile with Shizune a bit, without getting roped into the student council thing again. Though I expect that door is now closed for me. Festival preparations must be tough for you. Indeed, the people in the schools seem to be taking the festival very seriously. Whenever I see people idling around before and after classes, they're always talking about their plans for it. It's kind of neat to see everyone being so enthusiastic about it. I'm probably the only one who doesn't have something to do. Shizune scoffs at me at first, as if trying to decide whether to ignore or sneer at me, but in the end she starts signing without doing either. Misha perks up, looking at her hands with slightly unfocused eyes. She signs with harsh, heavy, dramatic strokes. Misha translates her signing into speech for me. She does it so well, it's almost like Shizune is actually speaking, transmitting her thoughts directly for Misha. She must have practiced it vigorously.
Well, of course! We're the student council! You know, we're pretty...
I missed commas! Yay!
You know, so we're pretty busy.
Not high enough, fuck.
It's an important duty of ours to ensure the success of the festival with all our strength. We would shame ourselves in front of the past student council generations if the festival were to fail. That's why there must be no flaws. No, I think there was encumbrances? Nothing that might make the festival short of perfect.
Shizune's passionate speech and Misha's enacting are really oddly fitting of them.
Oh, hello.
And I think at that... And I hear Stride, my favorite fucking song again. God damn it. Anyways, at that, we are going to stop the part right here. Thank you all so much for watching this video. If you liked the video, click that like button down below. If you want to subscribe, click that subscribe button, and click that notification button down there, the little bell icon, to be notified whenever I make a new video. Also, follow me on Twitter. I do post a lot of stuff there, and that's another place where you'll know when I post up a video. Just be forewarned, my Twitter's a little bit is NSFW, and I do post some NSFW stuff on there sometimes. This is a note. But you have been warned. Anyways, once again, thank you all so much for watching this video, and I hope to see you all again in the next episode of whatever I make, and I'll see you all next time.